ॐ अरुणां करुणातरङ्गिताक्षीं धृतपाशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अनिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहमित्येव विभावये भवानी ध्यायेत् पद्मासनसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसत्तेम पद्माम्बराङ्गीं सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयदां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं सकुङ्कुमविलेपनामलिकचुम्बिकस्तूरिकां समन्दहसितेक्षणां ससरचापपाशाङ्कुशाम् अशेषजनमोहिनीमरुणमाल्यभूषोज्ज्वलां जपाकुसुमभासुरां जपविधौ स्मरेदम्बिकाम् ॐ श्रीमात्रे नमः। हरिः ओम्. Harihi Om everybody. We are doing Shankaracharya Virachita Saundarya Lahari. Today, 62nd shloka. Let us chant it together. Prakrutya raktaya stava sudati dantachadaruchehe pravakshye sadrusyam janayatu phalam vidrumalata. नबिम्बं तद्बिम्ब प्रतिफलनरागादरुणिमं तुलामध्यारोढुं कथमिव न लज्जेत कलया. This one is adharoshtamu, means oshtamu, adharamu. Two words are used for lips. Usually the bottom one is Voshtam and the top one is Adharam. People say this way or other way also. Top one is Voshtam and bottom one is Adharam. But basically talking about mother's lips. This is where we are. And now Sambodhana. He Sudati. Sudati. That here is beautiful teeth. They are in beautiful alignment, beautifully carved and beautifully aligned teeth. Sudati, that is the Sambodhana. And now, how are the lips? Prakrutya raktaya. Prakruti means naturally they are very red. Mother's lips are very red because mother is Sarvaruna. Everything is red in color. Red is representation of renunciation. Rajogunam. Karya Shuratvam means to ability to do some work. And then love, prema. These are all representation of red color. And Sudati Dantachadaruchehe, and beautiful aligned teeth. And now Pravakshe Sadrushyam Janayatu Phalam Vidrumalata. But I am trying to give the comparison. Pravakshe Sadrushyam. Sadrushyam means comparison. I'm trying to give you the comparison, but there is no comparison, O mother. That is what Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is saying about the lips and the teeth. But I will try. First one example is Janayatu Phalam Vidrumalata. Vidrumalata means coral. Vidruma means coral. Lata means creeper. In case if there is a creeper for the coral reef, and then there is a fruit, phalam means fruit. In case if phalam comes, then we can compare with that redness. But there is no creeper and there is no fruit. But in case if it happens, that comparison we can take it for your lips. Means mother's lips are much more than that, than coral. That is the one example. Second one is Na bimbam tad bimba pratiphalana ragatarunimam. Here bimbam means the tindora, we call dondakaya in Telugu. Tindora, that what happens is ripened one, when you cut it, it is very, very red. Bimbam means that one who reflects. That is why bimba pratibimba nyayam is used. Let us say, for example, mirror and reflection. Mirror is the bimbam and reflection is pratibhimbam. We are seeing in the mirror our reflection. So that is why bimbam is called tindora. But why, how does this happen? Originally, this bimbam never had the redness. Because mother's lips are reflecting on that bimbam, means that bimbam is borrowing that redness from mother's lips. That is the reason they became red. Before also we saw champaka, shoka, punnaga, saugandhika, lasatkacha. For the flowers, there are no fragrance. Because they were staying in mother's hair. Mother's hair has beautiful smell. Slakshnam chikura nikurumbam. So soft and very beautiful smell on mother's hair. So that's how the flowers got that fragrance. To begin with, the flowers never had the fragrance. Same way here also, this tindora never had the redness, because that they're reflecting in on that tindora, mother's lips redness. That is how they got that redness. So that is why. And then even that redness, even if you compare, they also feel shy, because mother's lips are much more than that. Kadhamiva nalajjeta kalayade. They will be, even tulam adhyarodhum. Tulam means comparison. Even if I compare, they feel shy, because always we are seeing this point, always through known, through unknown. Known means whatever we see in the world, that we know that. Unknown means mother's nature, mother's form, we don't know. So through known, through unknown, that is how the teaching goes on. So, okay, sorry, okay. So that's what this one is happening. So the Tulam, so that two comparisons are given, but I'm trying my best, oh mother, but they are not the best ones. There is no way I can compare your lips to something. So this is the whole summary of the shloka. This is how we need to visualize. And location, we saw the lips is the location. And then connection means once we know the meaning, we can develop the connection. Then we can do the meditation, means dhyanam. So this is the, now we saw the lips and the teeth. So now, according to Lalita Sahasranamam, Nava Vidruma Bimba Sri Nyakari Radanachada. There, Nava Vidruma. Vidruma means again coral. Bimba means the tindora. Same two examples are given. Nyakari means rejecting. Means much more than that. Mother's lips are much more than that. Rejecting these two red color examples. Now we'll chant the whole shloka. Prakrutya raktaya stava sudati dantachadaruchehe pravakshe sadrishyam janayatu phalam vidrumalata nabimbam tatbimba pratiphalana ragatarunimam tulamadhyarodhum kadamiva nalajjeta kalaya. Now we are entering to 63rd shloka. Before we enter, we need to see the phalam. Here Bijaksharam is mam. And then here good news is if people cannot sleep, especially middle age and above people, well, they say they are not able to sleep at night. So if you chant this shloka, they will be able to sleep very well. So this is the most important shloka. Then offering is the uradvada and honey. Both of them can be offered. So this is the phalam, results of chanting of the shloka. And now we are entering into the next shloka, 63rd shloka. Let us chant together. This one is mother's face and then smile. Mother's face and the smile on mother's face before mother's lips and the teeth. We are still in Vagbhava Kutam, means from head to the throat, called Vagbhava Kutam, means knowledge, jnanam. That is what is the meaning. So now let us chant the shloka together, 63rd shloka. Smita jyotsna jalam tava vadana chandrasya pibatam chakorānāmāsīt hatirasataya chenchu jadima ataste sītāmshoho amrutalaharihi amlaruchayaha pibanti svachandam nishi nishi bhrusham kanchikadhiyam. Third line you can also do Ataste Sitamsho Ramrutalahari Ramla Ruchaya. There, then if you do it together, you cannot break. If you can break it, then you can put the visarga and put the letter A. If you don't want to break, you have to keep, you don't need the visarga and keep the Ra, letter Ra. Ataste Sitamsho Ramrutalahari Ramla Ruchaya. See, there is no breakup. If you break it, Ataste Sitamsho Amrutalahari Amla Ruchaya. This is the 63rd. Now, Sambodhana. Hey Devi, O Mother. Now, I already mentioned the face and the smile. Now, for face is compared to the moon and the smile is compared to the radiance, that moon rays, Vennela, moon rays, full moon day, Vennela, that moon radiance, that brightness is compared, that smile. So now this is again visualization, location we already saw, and then for connection, we are seeing the meaning. Then we can do that meditation. Now, Smita Jyotsna Jalam. Smita means smile. That smile has also varieties. If we say attahasam. And then smile means you can see only the teeth. And whole face is also smiling. But it is no sound is coming. That is called Smita Jyotsna Smita. Jyotsna Jalam means that full moon day radiance. So that is why smile is compared to that radiance, that brilliance. Now, Tava means yours, O mother, yours. Now, Vadana Chandrasya Pibata. Vadana Chandrasya. Vadana means face. What is it compared to Chandra? Chandrasya means like Chandra means moon. Face is like moon and smile is like radiance of the moon. And who is drinking that one? Pipatam chakoranam asit atirasataya chenchu jadima. Here this meaning is very tricky. We need to take it like according to poets, kavis, they write like this. Let us say First, let me give you the whole meaning, then only you can appreciate it. What happens is this Chakora Pakshi means this bird, Chakora bird. Another bird is Chataka bird. Chataka birds takes the raindrop. That is how they are called. But Chakora means this drinks the moon rays. Full moon days, moon rays, it will take like a food, Chakoram. And then what happens is this Chakora Pakshi cannot absorb that beautiful radiance mother's face and then smile. That is why this Chakoram is going after the moon rays and moon brilliance, that full moon day brilliance. Now let me give you an example here. Like whoever is interested in satsang, whoever has the liking for this mother's beauty, mother's glory, and mother's virtues, even Saundarya Lahari or Lalita Sahasranamam, then they really enjoy and appreciate. They are not Chakora Pakshis. Whoever is not interested in, they are Chakora Pakshis. Means they go after the regular Laukika, the worldly joys. Or any Bhagavan, not only mother, any Bhagavan, they are Bhagavat Kadhas, they don't enjoy. They go after the worldly enjoyments, means like Vishaya Sakti, worldly matters, Vishaya Lalasa, constantly want to hear only what is happening in the world. That's how they get their enjoyment. That's the comparison of Chakora Pakshi. That is why it's enjoying only moon and radiance coming from moon. But we are not like that. We are all enjoy and appreciate this mother's glory, Saundarya Lahari and Lalita Sahasranamam, or whatever any Bhagavat Kadhas. So that is how we need to take this. And then what happens, this always taking this, then they could not absorb that beautiful nectar, mother's glories. Then they are going, then their tongue became numb. Here also I have to give you example. Let us say, if we take up too many sweets, our tongue becomes numb. Then we want to eat some mixture, some hot stuff. Isn't it true? We go for that. In the same way here, they were not able to absorb, so that's why they are going for the worldly enjoyments, that worldly full moon and full moon radiance. And then they are doing this Nishi Nishi Bhrusham Kanchika Dhiya. Means Nishi means every night. They are taking it in every night and really enjoying that, thinking that is the real nectar. So this is the meaning, like a opposite way, actually, in a way. That's how he's explaining this shloka. Okay, now we got the meaning. We are ready for meditation. Now let us chant together. Smita Jyotsna Jalam Tava Vadana Chandrasya Pibatam Chakoranaamasit Atirasataya Chanchu Jadima Ataste Sitam Shoramrutalahari Amla Ruchayaha Pibanti Swachandam Nishi Nishi Bhrusham Kanchika Dhiya. Now let us see what the results of the chanting of the shloka. The Hreem is the Bijaksharam. And then what happens is, for this one, everybody will accept as their leaders, means leadership qualities. Everybody will accept as whoever meditates the shloka, they become leader, and people, everybody around them also accept it. Sometimes we think we might be leader, but other people may not accept it. Then the friction comes. But here, that's not the case. They are the leaders and everybody accepts it too. And then this offering is coconut. So this is the phalam, results of the chanting of the shloka. And now let us go to now we are at the mouth. Mouth also we are seeing 4 or 5 shlokas. Lips are done, teeth are done, and then smile is done. And then tongue, we are coming to the tongue portion. 64th shloka. Let us chant together. Abhisrantam patyur gunagana kadhamredana japa japa pushpachaya tava janani jihva jayati sa yadagrasinayaha spatika drushadachcha vimayi sarasvatya murtihi parinamati manikya vapusha. This is a very beautiful shloka. Again, location we are seeing, this is the tongue. Visualization means mother's tongue became red, and Saraswati Devi is residing on her tongue. Saraswati Devi is supposed to be in white in color, but she also became red. Manikya Vapusha. So that is the visualization. This is how we need to see. Now for connection, we will see the word by word meaning. What is happening? Janani is the Sambodhana. Janani means, O mother. What are you doing now? O mother, you are doing one job. What is that? Abhisrantam patyuhu guna gana kadha mredana japa. Amredana japa means abhisrantam, without any rest. You are doing one job, O mother, one work, O mother. What is that? Patyuhu means about your husband, means about Paramashiva, Lord Shiva. What is she doing? Guna Gana Kadham Redana Japa. Always continuously she is talking about Lord Shiva's victorious stories and his form and his charming attitude, daya, compassionate, how compassionate Lord Shiva is, his characteristics and his stories constantly she is talking about. Japa means constantly doing that japam. Because mother is pativrata, sadhvi. Even Shiva also thinks about mother. That is why both Shivananda Lahari, Shankaracharya keeps very beautifully in first shloka. Kalabhyam chudalankruta sheshikalabhyam nijatapah palabhyam. They both attained one another because of their own tapas. Both of them think about one another constantly. So that is why mother is thinking about japam she's doing. How avisrantam, without any rest, continuously, always. Then what happened? Japa pushpachaya tava janani jihva jayati sam. Tava, O mother. Then what happened? Jihva means tongue. Japa pushpachaya, that tongue became red. Japa pushpachaya, constantly doing. Mother is Sarvaruna anyway. Became like dasani puvu, red color flower. Like that it became, because constant japam. And Jayati means with that radiance, in that brilliance, in that shining, that your tongue is shining in red, with red color, O mother. Then who is staying on the tongue? The third line. Yadagrasinayaha spatika drusha tachcha vimayi. On that agra asinayaha, yat on the tongue, a tip of the tongue, and that who is staying? Saraswatya Murtihi. Saraswati Devi is residing and staying, and she became her seat. That tongue became seat for Saraswati Devi. And how is Saraswati Devi? Her sari cloth is white, and what the flowers she wears are white, and then whatever she anything she has is white. White is a symbolization of purity and clarity and sattva gunam. So that is how Saraswati is. Spatika drusha dachacha vimayi means like a crystal clear. Here let us then what happened? That white color Saraswati ji also became Parinamati Manikya Vapusha, transformed into red color. Manikya Vapusha, Vapuhu means body. Manikya means red color. That let us say gems, the red stone, the rubies. That is called Manikya Vapusha. Even Saraswati Devi became a red color, O mother. See how beautifully for visualization and for understanding how beautifully each shloka Shankaracharya ji is bringing, how, for our visualization, for our connection and the location. Each shloka has a different pointers, and each shloka is a different description. Beautiful way our mind can focus, stay there. So Saraswati Devi became transformed into red color. Here again, if we take one example, let us say if you put the crystal is in white color, if you bring the near the crystal red color cloth or blue color cloth, what happens? As though it become it looks like a blue or red color. So that is why mother is red. So even Saraswati ji transformed into red color. So this is the essence of the shloka. Now let us chant the shloka together. Avisrantam patyuhu gunagana kadhamredana japa japa pushpachaya tava janani jihva jayati sa yadagrasinayaha spatika drusha dachacha vimayi saraswatya murtihi parinamati manikya vapusham. She, in beautiful way, Shankaracharya ji is giving the essence of the shloka. And then this one is clean and stream. Both bijaksharas are given, because clean is akarshana shakti, means charismatic power. Here clean is for that, because red color is representation of that. Sri means all sampadas, all aishwaryam, all positivity, all knowledge, because Saraswati Devi is staying in mother's tongue. Then the results of chanting this shloka is Sakala Jana Vashyata, means everybody will obey to the person. Means everybody, he can take charge of everybody. Here again, whenever we see Vashikarana means we need to take the inner meaning. If we can take charge of our own mind and our own sense organs of perception, we are really blessed. For seekers like us, this is what we need. Not that as though I want to control the whole world, or as though everybody should follow me. That is for common people, common understanding. But for seekers, this is how we need to take it. And then offering is the Naivedyam is honey. Honey is for sweetness. Even our walk, our speech will be sweet. Naturally, people will get attracted. And with good speech, with good knowledge, naturally people will be around us. So that is the 64th shloka. Now we are entering into 65th shloka. We are still at the mouth section, and this is the tambulam. Tambulam means that betel leaf nuts, and all this camphor, and all the lavangam and elaichi. Actually, there is a beautiful shloka in our scriptures. Maybe next time I can read it. That shloka is there, how to prepare the tambulam also. So that's what now talking about. Let us chant together. 65th shloka. Rane jitva daityan apahruta sirastraihi kavachibhihi nivrittais chandam shatripurahara nirmalya vimukhaihi vishakhendropendrai shashi vishada karpura shakalaha viliyante mataha tava vadana tambula kabalaha. That tambula kabalaha, the tambula means made out of that betel leaf and betel nuts. It says in the shloka itself. Now, sambodhana. Hey mataha, O mother. What happened now? For the visualization, we need to see who is coming, who took this one, this tambulam, all that we will see. Location we already saw, tambulam. Now we are going to see the understanding, connection, to develop the connection. So we can do the meditation. Rane jitvan daityan means some people, mother's children, went for the war to destroy the Rakshasas, demons, wicked people. Rane means war. Jitva, they conquered by mother's blessings. So then they came to receive mother's blessings and mother's prasadam. So that's why they came. We will see who they are and how they came. Apahruta sirastraihi kavachibihi means when they went to the war, they had the helmets and all the armor. But when they came to mother, they removed that armor and the helmets. Even for example, even when we go to the great people, president or prime minister or even learned people, Mahatmas, we take out our caps and then all the sirastraihi. Same way, they took out, due to respect, they took out these armors and then the helmets. Apahruta sirastraihi. Sirastraihi means helmet. Kavachibihi means that armor. Then, but why did they come to mother? They did not go to Shiva Bhagavan for the blessings and then for prasadam. Why? Nivrittais chandamsha tripurahara nirmalya vimukhaihi. Tripurahara means who destroyed Tripurasura, that is Lord Paramashiva. They did not go there. They did not go to father, they came to mother. Why? That all that Nirmalyam, it goes to Pramadagana, that is Chandudu. It is called Chandudu. All this Shiva Bhagavan's offering goes to that. So here, according to our scriptures, then you might have a doubt. When we go to Shiva Bhagavan's temple, are we not allowed to take prasad? No, we are allowed to take prasad. But which places, Swayambhu temples, where Shiva appeared on his own, and then where there are Banalingam, and where there are Spatika Lingam, crystal lingas. Linga means Shiva Bhagavan's form. And Jyotir Lingas, Dvadash Jyotir Lingam, we all know 12 of them. And where Rishis and great people installed that Shiva Lingam, there we can take it. Most of them are like this anyway, where we visit. There we can take the Shiva Lingam. But this is the exception, okay? We don't need to really, I'm just giving you the point because you might get the doubt. That's all it is. And then that goes to the Nirmalyam, means all that offering or Bilvadalas or Vibhuti, when they take it out, that goes to Pramadagana Chandrudu, because he's a great devotee of Shiva Bhagavan. And then now we need to see who came there for mother's Tambulam. Vishaka, third line, Vishaka, Indra, Upendra. Three of them. Three of them means etc. All of them. This is called Upalakshaka Nyayam in scriptures. Three are mentioned, all of them also. Vishaka means Kumaraswamy, Shanmukha, Subramanyeswara Swami. Vishaka, Indra means Lord Indra, that Lord of the Lords. Upendra means Vishnu Bhagavan. They destroyed the Rakshasas and came to mother. Then what did they took? Mother gave it to them. Vadana Tambula Kabalaha. Means mother is taking the Tambulam. Means I already mentioned what you all know what it is. Even in Shodashopachara, we offer the Tambulam Samarpayami. We offer that. And then here, this is a beautiful visualization. Let me give you example. In old, now kids may not see that much, but in olden days, when mother is eating, when they see this Tambulam, or then I remember even my mother also, kids somehow they run because that whole mouth will become red. Seeing that redness, people come and ask for that the tambul, that betel nut or something, and mother takes it and give it to them. Now let us say, for example, now coffee, when mother drinks coffee, children will come. Even we can see in our grandkids also, they just want that cup. Same way, like that, then when they came, mother took out the Tambula Kabalam, means all those pieces, gave it to the, like a prasadam, gave it to the children, because they are all mother's children. We are all mother's children. And how it is that Tambulam, Shashi Vishada Karpura Shakalaha. And Karpura means edible camphor. And all the elachi, lavangam, and all the beautiful filled with fragrance, all that is filled with the tambulam is filled with that. Oh mother, you gave it to them as took it from your mother, your face. Vadanam means again your face and from your mouth, and gave it to them. Because she was very happy with them. They became victorious. They were very happy to receive that prasadam. Even Lalita Sahasranamam says, Karpura Vitika Moda Samakarshad Digantara. That Karpura Vitika, that smell of that Tambula fragrance spread all over Digantas, all over 8 directions, all 10 directions, everywhere, even in between space also. That is why even they are attracted, even all the devatas were attracted to even for that fragrance. That much beautiful fragrance was coming from Mother's Tambulam. So this is the beautiful one for visualization. We need to feel as though we are taking Mother's Tambulam, that prasadam. We need to visualize and get the connection. Bhavam is everything. Bhavani Bhavanagamya. Through Bhavana only we will attain Mother. This is we need to get into that frequency, that vibration. Everything is a vibration. Because these are all subtle. Mind, through mind we can absorb. This spirituality means everything is through mind, vibration and frequency. Like for example, radio, we tune to that frequency. Same way we need to tune to the each shloka. Then our whole body vibrates. Whole even 72,000 nadis vibrates with Mother's energy. Then we become bliss. We feel that bliss. We feel happy. We can feel that happiness flowing through in us. That nectar flowing through in us. There is no blockage. Freely it's flowing. That is how we need to visualize. That is how we need to do meditation. Now let us chant together 65th shloka. Rane jitva daityan apahruta sirastraihi kavachibhihi nivrittais chandam shatripurahara nirmalya vimukhaihi Vishakhendropendraihi Shashi Vishada Karpura Shakalaha Viliyante Mataha Tava Vadana Tambula Kabalaha. So this is now let us see the Bijakshara and then the results of the chanting of the shloka. Hreem is the Bijaksharam, because this is Hreem is for Bhuvaneshwari Bijam. Because this is talking about that fragrance went all over the universe. Digantara. All dik means all directions. So this is the Hreem is the Bijaksharam. Again, Sarvato Vijayam means everything will become victorious. All auspicious and victorious. Even physically, mentally, intellectually, spiritually, they become victorious. And then even in worldly plane also, in Laukika Vyavaharam also, whatever they desire, they become victorious. They will achieve that. Now, honey is the offering. All the offerings are very simple. Usually people get worried for Navaratris. Oh, we need to make a lot of prasadam, naivedyam, offerings, lot of work, all this. See how beautifully offerings are very simple. Honey is the offering. And now we are entering, we are still in the mouth, that section. This is the speech. How beautifully Mother's speech, words are. This is again beautiful expression through this shloka. Let us chant together 66th shloka. Vipanchya gayanti vividhamapadanam pashupate tvaya rabde vaktum chelita sirasa sadhu vachane Tvadiyair madhuryaihi अपलपिततन्त्रीकलरवाम् त्वदीयैर्माधुर्यैरपलपिततन्त्रीकलरवाम् निजां वीणां वाणी निचुलयति चोलेन निभृतम्. Now here mothers is Bhagavati is the Sambodhana. Here it's not mentioned. Wherever there is no mentioning is there, we can take it Bhagavati or Devi. Bhagavati or Bhagavan means they have to have six qualities: fame, beauty, knowledge means intelligence, dispassion, and then wealth, strength, and 100% fully all these six qualities put together is called Bhagavati or Bhagavan. And now what is happening, this we need to visualize first. Let me give you the visual. Mother lives in Manidvipam. That is means whole Sudha Sindhor Madhye means whole ocean is nectar, filled with nectar. And then in that nectar ocean, there is an island that is called Manidvipam. That is also filled with Kadamba Vrukshas and Kadimi Vrukshas, means trees, filled with divine trees, filled with divine trees. And then mother's house is called Chintamani Gruham, made out of all the precious stones. Then whoever thinks about mother, all the desires get fulfilled, and then they will, whoever meditates on mother, then they will attain whatever they need. Desires get fulfilled. And then mother is staying in that gruham, in that house. Mother is staying in that Pancha Brahmasana Sthita. Means because my mother is Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari, universal mother, Maharani. That seat is made out of Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Maheshwara, Sadashiva. They are all carrying that seat. Pancha means that four legs and the seat. So that is where mother is sitting in that courtyard. All the people are sitting, all the Devi Devatas, and then Dikpalakas, and then Indra, Varuna, Kubera, treasury department head, and Yamadevata, Yamadharmaraj means Lord of Mrityu Devata, Lord of the death. All of them are, and Rishis, and all of the great people are assembled in that courtyard. In that courtyard, Saraswati ji is playing Veena. You all know that instrument, Veena. Beautifully she is playing. What is she playing again? Shiva Bhagavan's glory, Shiva Bhagavan's charitra, Shiva Bhagavan's all that beautiful stutis she is doing on her Veena. Mother is really enjoying, moving her head, beautifully enjoying. And then after the concert is finished, mother said, so beautiful. Only one word. So beautiful, excellent. Listening to that one word, Saraswati ji said, in front of mother's beautiful voice, beautiful speech, melodious speech, melodious the tone, there is no point for me to play this Veena. Then they covered her Veena with cloth. So she felt ashamed. So this is the essence of the shloka. Now let us see the meaning for develop the connection, so we can meditate. Vipancha gayanti. Vipancha means by Veena, that instrument. Gayanti means singing. What is she singing? Vividham apadanam Pashupatehe. Pashupatehe means Lord of all these Pashus. We are all Pashus. Unless we know our true nature, we are all Pashus. Because we are all animals. Once we know our true nature, who am I, then we become Pashupati. There is no difference between Pashupati and us. But we are thinking we are limited. We are thinking we are no knowledge. We are thinking we are always in sorrow. That is all thinking, wrong notion. That is why we are all Pashus. Pashupati means Lord of all these Pashu, that is Shiva Bhagavan. And she is singing all the glories in varieties, not only one, so many varieties. Shiva Puranam talks about so many glories of Lord Shiva. And then she is doing, mother is Chalita Sirasa. Mother is listening attentively. Here is the catchy point. Whatever we need to, anything, whenever we are listening, we need to be very attentively, we need to listen. Then sadhu vachane. Sadhu means beautiful, melodious. Vachana means speech, that words. Appreciation. This is the second quality we need to learn from mother. Appreciate, enjoy everybody, everything. Enjoy everything. When can we do that? When we live in the moment, then only we can do that. Even see, we do that too, right? When we absorbed in this beautiful music, we close our eyes and move our head and then listen to that music concert. So that is what mother is doing. I think we acquired that from mother. Chalita Sirasa Sadhu Vachani. For what? Tvadiyai Madhuryai Apalapita Tantri Kalaravam. Listening to that beautiful, melodious Veena Nadam, mother is moving her head and then spoken the beautiful words, melodious words. Appreciated Mother Saraswati ji. Then what happened? Vani, Saraswati Devi, what did she do? Nijam Veenam, her own Veena, her own instrument. Saraswati Devi did what? Nichulayati Cholena Nibhrutam. Then she covered her Veena with the cloth and hiding her Veena because she felt her Veena Nadam is not at all close to mother's beautiful nectar, that beautiful melodious sound. This shows Saraswati ji's humbleness, humility. Not that Saraswati ji is low or come down. Saraswati ji showing her humble humility, Vinayam. This is what Hanumanji has plenty, humility. Even though he is very strong, very brave, very intelligent, very everything he has, but in front of Ramachandra Bhagavan, he always showed his humility. He always felt like he is a servant. In front of Sita ji and Rama Bhagavan. Same thing, Saraswati ji is showing humility. So now we, in this shloka, humility, appreciation, and then attention, all of them are given for our sadhana. Inner meaning we are taking. So now we saw the whole thing, we got the beautiful picture of the shloka. So we are ready for meditation. According to Lalita Sahasranama, wherever is applicable, I am mentioning. Nija Sallapa Madhurya Vinir Bhartsita Kachapi means listening to mother's beautiful words Vinirbharsita Kachapi. Mother's Saraswati Devi's Veena's name is Kachapi. Saundaralahari Shankaracharya hasn't mentioned mother's Veena's name. But in Lalita Sahasranamam, Vashinyadi Vagdevatas mentioned Saraswati ji's Veena's name, Kachapi. And Narada also carries Veena. His is Mahati. Vishwavasu, that is Gandharva, he carries Bruhati Veena. And Tumbura Narada, Tumburudu carries Kalavati. His Veena's name is Kalavati. That is why Tumbura Narada, that's how they makes the combination. So this is the mother's. Kachapi means it at the same time, it plays the music and the notes also, the sound and the words. So that is the beauty of Saraswati Devi's Veena. Now let us chant together. 66th shloka. Vipancha gayanti vividhamapadanam pashupatehe tvaya rabde vaktum chelita sirasa sadhu vachane tvadiyair madhuryair apalapitatam trikalaravam nijam veenam vani nichulayati cholena niprutam. Now Sri is the Bijaksharam. Now then the result of chanting this shloka, they will become experts in this music field. If anybody wants to get any rewards, awards, or to enjoy really having appreciation for music is itself is a blessing of Saraswati ji. See, a lot of people cannot even enjoy the music. So this is they become experts. Not only the music, any sangeetam, sahityam, poetry, and any knowledge, fine arts. To enjoy, appreciate fine arts, you have to have certain type of hearing, that certain type of listening skills. So that's what they will achieve. And then offering is rice pudding made out of cow milk and honey for the sweetness of the speech and sweetness of knowledge and sweetness of all this music instrument or music. When they sing, it will come out as melodious. So now we saw the essence of the shloka. Today we covered up to 66th shloka. Now I'm going to conclude here. Om Sri Matre Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you so much, Shamla ji. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamla ji. Thank you so much.